Oh, it sounds crispy. Yeah.
Get me in here.
Oh yeah, always a safe bet.
You're in charge of your angle.
Yeah, I'm like, this is kind of covering my arm.
Keep that on
like,
focus. Yeah.
Yeah, how do we? There we go. I'm going to be there.
Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Power Pod.
Welcome
Juiciest
back.
podcast on the internet. Let's fucking go. Returning guest, Rob Lipsett.
Round two.
I'm delighted to say we are in Villa Lipsett, and we are recording our probably the first podcast ever from this location. I don't think the previous owners were podcasters.
No, you know what? The previous owners are actually artists.
Yeah.
They're like Dutch artists.
And what do they make?
They left me with a cow on the wall, the mural of a cow.
Curse.
Yeah, Miguel. Yeah, Miguel. That's what we called him.
He will watch you sleep.
Yeah.
You will keep demons away.
It was honestly, they left behind some of the wackiest art I've ever seen. So I don't know, maybe there's a market for everything.
You will see us from time to time.
Yeah.
We will come. No, please don't come pause. It's okay.
It's like The Watcher. Yeah, I just watched that series.
That was good.
Yeah, it was a great series. Yeah, but so they were artists. But I don't think podcasts were invented as they were 80 years old. You know, so they've been here all their
sitting
life.
on this luxury property, just loving it. Where did they go? Do you know?
Back to the Netherlands. Dutch, that's where they're sort of from.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah,
well,
Jupe and Lucia. Shout out to them.
Shout out Jupe.
Yeah.
We'll have you on next week.
Yeah. And they drew a picture of me and Linda, like and left on the fireplace. Like it was like a joke picture. Well, maybe it wasn't a joke picture, but Linda
it's
was
the hardest thing they've ever done.
Yeah, it's their work of art.
Yeah.
No, Linda's drawing, like see if I can get a picture of it if this is on YouTube, but Linda's drawing was just a stick figure with blonde hair and two big coconuts. Like a stick figure with these like round boobs.
I hope we don't have fucking body dysmorphia.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, Linda, why can't you look like this?
Rob just a stick figure. What the fuck are you trying to say?
Yeah. I was like, all those years in the gym.
What the fuck, Jupe?
I was just a stick figure without tits. So that's their art, anyways. But yeah, that's what we were left with. Pretty funny.
We'll come back to Jupe at some point. I'm sure he'll feature again.
Yeah.
But look, as we said, we're in Villa Lipsett, which is your first property that you've bought, which has been remodeled. It's here in sunny Marbella, not sunny today.
Yeah.
Incidentally,
it's nice though. It's nice
lovely.
recording
It's
when
lovely.
we're like this.
Nothing else to be done.
Yeah.
So I want to go all the way back to when you first decided it's time to buy a property. Where were you? What age were you? How long ago was that? And was Spain always the first place you were planning on buying something?
Yep. So I was 29, which is a year ago, 30 now, and I was living in London at the time, and I was just always looking at property. I was always looking at Daft. I was looking at Dublin, and then so this is when
short shopping on that.
Yeah, exactly.
3 properties fit your description.
Yeah, and so I was looking at places in London and Dublin, crazy prices, and this is just when the pandemic was like you'd have a lockdown every second month. You were in and out of it, and so it was the end of my lease. It was January 2020 or 2021, whenever, and so London just went into another lockdown. My landlord said, "Do you want to renew your lease another year?" I said, "No, I'm paying for just a lockdown city." So I Googled, went on the Google machine, where in Europe is not locked down? Where does it have gyms open? Dublin was not one of them. Dublin was the last place to get lockdown lifted. So I said, hey, I know Marbella. I used to work in a bar down in Portobello when I was
What bar was it?
Sky Bar.
Yeah,
it was
dirty.
The worst.
Yeah, it's dirty.
Yeah, the worst of the worst.
It's dirty stuff.
Hey, you start from the bottom, now we're here. So I said, all right, look, I'll go to Marbella. I'll do Airbnb monthly. So I went out there and all the clubs were closed, but like the cafes and gyms were open. And so that was like January, February, and the weather was nice, it was pretty good. So I went there and I'm like, whoa, it's January. I'm training with my top off in the gym, in paddle club. I'm going around to all the different gyms, the cafes. I'm like, I wasn't drinking or going out at all, which is what you would usually do in Marbella if you go on a trip. And I was like, whoa, this place is like very livable.
Paradise.
I know, seriously. I was doing cold swims in the sea. I was increasing clients and everything because my content was great. I was back in the gym again. I was putting out loads of videos, YouTube. Everyone was excited.
Also, no one else is doing it. No one else can do content like that. So you're like, what's Rob? Rolly's Rob's
seriously,
in the gym.
yeah. My crowd just did not care about the home workouts. They're like, okay, great. If we see another dumbbell squat, like I'm out.
Go eat something.
Yeah. Honestly, they're like, we're on calories.
Get some food.
Yeah, but so then I came out here and then I kept doing Airbnb monthly because, you know.
Yeah, I remember you bouncing around a bit, you being like, oh, we have to move into our new place and new place and new place.
Which was really annoying, but look, it's all paid off now. And then, so I was always kind of like, oh yeah, I'll go back to Dublin maybe in a few months. And then I started looking at Dublin property, which is world renowned.
Yeah, what you're paying for, yeah.
It's world renowned. Like, you know, you go, there's Instagram pages dedicated to like terrible listings.
950 grand for like a one bed
Oh,
townhouse.
it's just only Irish people will know. You know, English people don't actually realize it. You know, like they don't. Americans don't have a clue. They're like, what do you mean?
You can buy probably like, I don't know, 200k in Dublin.
Honestly, like, so like I've looked at a property in Houston and you get like a mansion. Monsters for like $350,000. It's crazy. So Dublin property, nothing like it in the world. I've never seen anything like it.
I follow Christian's realtor,
Lo Lester, yeah.
So I follow her, and she puts up like walkthroughs, and it'll be like she'll do the price at the end, and it'll be like state of the art kitchen, huge fans, and then it'll be like 370,000 USD. You're like,
it's some Shrewsbury Road shit. Like
it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. So I started looking at Marbella property, started looking at Dublin property. Loved the lifestyle. Started just, you know, loads of young people out here working property. So started chatting to them about it. And then about a year went by. And then this place came on the market. A girl called Faye, who works in Rockabox, is the property company I bought it off. She goes, you are going to love this place. Like, it's the only place... it's the only detached... I'm not going to give away the price. I'm still yet to do that. It's the only detached villa for under $1 million in Marbella. So that's a little giveaway. That's a little clue.
you had, this is my next question, was when you first met her, obviously, what were your must-haves? What were you like, this is what I want. I need a house that has this, this, and this, not this.
Great question. Detached. So because I was like, there's no point in me getting like an apartment or a semi-D, whatever, because one, I've always wanted to renovate it and I'd be knocking it into someone's living room. You have so much less creativity. And two, I was like, if I'm going to actually go outside of Dublin and buy somewhere abroad, I want to go all in. Like, I want to have a little compound, you know, and a swimming pool as well, obviously. Huge one too. So they were like the main things, and also being like near, not in a random location, like, because you can go like really far away.
Hills,
and like they'll say like Marbella, and it's like, no, it's not.
We're an hour and a half from Marbella.
Yeah, it's like
I can't see the sea.
Yeah, we're past Malaga Airport. So I wanted like a really good location. This is 4 minutes from Port of Banús, and so they were like the main requirements.
Was she like at the time, that's going to be tough to like find exactly what you're looking for?
Yes, and that's why the day this went on, she contacted me and put down payment on the day. I went in here, there was loads of people. Like, there was people flocking, like loads of like real slick looking people. So I was like, oh God.
It is perfect. We put the pole here.
Yeah.
It'll be perfect.
Exactly. And then so she just put me first preference and was like, oh, look, Rob's a mate of mine, so I'm going to hold it for him.
Sound effort, Faye.
No, honestly, like, I've shout out Faye. She's a legend.
Did you visit any other properties?
Yeah, loads.
What were some of the other ones you saw?
So a few other like apartments, and again, they were really nice, but they were just in a random location, and they just didn't like, get me going. I just didn't have the feel for it, and that's a real big one if you're looking for a property, be it Dublin, London, wherever. And you go in and you get that like feeling. You're like, oh, I can do something sick with this place, or you love it already, you know. So I just got the feeling.
So it's interesting you said that. So you first came in. What did this place look like? What did you have this place looking like when you first came in?
Oh, so the footage is there on YouTube. But it was just, I think it's one of the biggest not blowing my own horn here, but I think it's one of the biggest transformations like I've seen on social media. Like,
is there anything left of it here?
I'm looking around me, and like even the stairs, like that was a railing.
There will not be one memory of Duke in my property.
The shape of it is the same. Do you know what? Actually, right, this is a little bit of juicy gossip for your podcast. Here we go. So I just got a $5,000 fine.
Oh shit! Yeah, for your construction stuff?
For the construction stuff. So we got planning permission and everything, but we didn't get. So basically, this where we're sitting right now was all outside.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was sheltered. It was like the pillars were all there. So this is why we didn't think we needed to.
It was a half covered.
It was a half covered terrace. And so we're like, oh, the house, we're not increasing the size, but they're like, you're actually increasing the living space. So they hit us with a $5,000 fine.
Fucking hell, lads.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? They were like, the value that we've doubled pretty much the size of the downstairs. So the value that we've added from doing this was well worth taking the fine, you know.
So when you first came in, what did you see that you liked? Obviously behind all the fucking madness that was here, the charms and stuff, like what kind of things did you notice that stood out to you?
Yeah, so the size of the swimming pool, really good. And also like the fact that it's detached and that like the grounds are really big. Like the front garden is
I love the walk-in thing. You have a little terrace outside. I think that's so nice.
Exactly. So that was a big one. And then also I like the way the side of that building is this side of the building is curved. Yeah. I think that's cool. It's not just your standard villa that's 4 square white walls. And so there was a few things that stood out for me, and also the sun terrace upstairs that we've yet to kind of get cracking on.
And did they? You didn't make any promises to Jupe that you were going to like hold the memory of the property?
Absolutely not. I was like chip away at the walls, get all the smell of previous owners out of it. So you know what? We were like, oh, maybe we'll just change this, change that, lick of paint here, and then we ended up just going full Monty at it, full 90.
So this is that you mentioned this before. You said you knew instantly when you came in. So you came in, they opened the door to you. Did you walk through the doors and be like, oh, okay, I like that? And then and you come in, you're like, oh shit, that's big out the back. And
exactly.
You pool, you're like, yeah, this is probably it.
Yeah, you got to like go in with like really kind of optimistic and think that like, you know, I'm always looking at transformations online. You like, I can do this. Like the difference, just like knocking like one wall down and then putting paint and making everything like the same color, just neutralizing everything, just stripping everything down to bare minimum. Because like I've got OCD, got diagnosed with as a young lad, and which serves me well. So I'm like super minimal. So I just see everything stripped down and real simple. So that helped a lot.
This is It's interesting because I'd be weirdly, obviously we'll see what happens down the line, but in my head now I'd be like, I'd love to find a place that's exactly what I want, and I can just go, Grant, give me the keys, I'll move my stuff in. But then in the other's mind, if you're like, no, let me find the bare bones of what I want, let me just build what I wanted. So you said did you have a house in mind that you were like, when I do get the place, it's going to be white walls, very muted colours, be like, that's what's going to be like Dublin, Spain, wherever, you're like, this is the kind of house I like?
Yeah, so basically you're going to like this as well. This is, you should aim for this as well. I was like, I just want to make it a studio. I want to make it a YouTube podcast studio. Like so when I'm in like my mum's house, you know, or family's house, I'm walking around with like the vlogging camera, and it's like in the background, there's
Get out of here, Mom.
There's like 10 boxes of like Barry's tea and a saucepan hanging on the wall.
Mum's in a dressing gown.
Exactly. And so I'm like, I want to be able to like pick up the camera or set up a podcast like this and just have the background looking nice.
You've done that. You've done that to a T. Like no light required, as you said today.
Exactly.
Usually we're beamed with light.
Yeah, the lighting is key. So that was something that I had in my head the whole time.
Did they have you said there was other interest in the house. Obviously you said on the day, did they come up to you and be like, there's a few other people interested, or did the relationship like fade talking into you? You're like, okay, you can have it. Yeah,
it's just, she was like, if you do the down payment like today.
Did you dress fancy coming in, or were you in shorts?
I was wearing athlete at all times. I literally, that's why I rock into business meetings in a stringer. But no, she was just very good to do that. But we didn't like, you know the way sometimes you make a lower offer and sometimes you might get it. There was none of that. Like there was too many people going for it, so we just
like, have you tried the new Ghost pre-workout?
Yeah. I was like, I was like, I'll give you a YouTube mention.
These are the vitamin greens.
Yeah, no, it didn't work.
Did you? So you had to go in and be like, you obviously knew we're going to do work on this, so there's another cost coming down the line. So you're thinking, okay, if I buy for this, I have to knock that down. Did you have an architect already that you knew that was like, you're going to spend, you know, 300k here for doing this up, so you knew a number in your head going in, or you're like, fuck it, I'm getting it? I
was like, fuck it, I'm getting it, and I'm gonna, which is really bad. It's really bad advice. Yeah, I was like, guys, if anyone's watching this, like, budget ahead. Like, I jumped out of the plane and figured out how to pull the parachute out.
I'll make the money. I'll figure it out.
See, honestly, right? So I have this place, I've got the keys to it, and it's like Millhouse in the Cracker Factory, you know. He's like, what do we do here? And so I go in, I have the keys, and I'm like, okay, time to get some quotes. Get the first guy around, like real luxury villa company. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, 350k. We can have this place look amazing. I was like, I was like, Linda, what have I done?
I was like, start liking the different colors.
Yeah, I hope you like the cow mural on the wall. And then so I got a next guy, and he was like, oh, 200k. We make it super modern. And I was like, all right, I just shaved 150k off.
Shaved 2 years work off.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I was like, okay, maybe they're just cowboys, really. Yeah. And then I went to, about
such an Irish phrase.
Such a cowboy, fucking cowboys.
He's only a cowboy.
He's only a cowboy. And then, so I went to like 10 different people in total. And then the last one, Pro Builder, I saw an advertisement for them in paddle in the gym, and I was like, my people. And so,
gentlemen, let's talk for a second.
I was like, look, you know. And then so he was just like, look, what's your budget? And I was like, 90K. I was like, dude, yeah. And so then he did it for that.
Jesus Christ,
91K to be exact.
And so is there an element of like it's all in your hands, mate? Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to trust this guy. Like, do you have your own like architect who wrote up the stuff? Did he like vet them at all?
All the like, one dude. Yeah, literally.
Should have had him on in the
Shout out Alex. No, and so the funny thing is, we're actually good mates now. We're actually great mates. He's a great man, and so it all worked out perfectly. But when I first started, like, I was like, I haven't even seen their offices. Yeah. I'm like, do they even have offices? Like, I literally just agreed because I was desperate. Yeah. I was like, I need this, the best price. This is the only option. We're doing it like this. And then I was like, oh, you won't actually believe it. So I was in Tulum at the start of the year because, again, I didn't have anywhere to live. I was like, the house.
Technically homeless.
Technically, because like there was building going on here. I didn't want to go back to Dublin. It was, again, I'm pretty sure it was still locked down. And so me and Linda went to Tulum for a month. And then so like I wired him like the first 20K. And then I don't hear from him for like 5 days. And I'm like, Linda, that money's gone.
Just been scammed.
I was like, that money's gone. Like, which does happen. You get scammed out here.
It's happened to me.
What happened to you?
No, not here. But when I went to Vancouver to buy a house, I had this lovely guy called Simba. Very trustworthy man. He was like,
fakest name I've ever heard.
Send me the first and last month's rent. It was about 2K. He was like, you send me the first and last month's rent to my assistant's account because mine got blocked. Don't know why I didn't go like, that's illegal. Yeah. So I was like, of course. Sent it brand new. The pictures were brand new, like stock images. And then as soon as I sent it, I was like, feels wrong. And I Googled his name, Vancouver and scam. And his name popped up. And like, I was like, oh. And luckily we called the bank and they blocked it. So I got to like get away with it. But man, my God. After I was talking to my missus' dad and she's like, what were you doing? Yeah. What do you mean his account is blocked? You're sending it to his assistant. Does that make any sense to you? I was like, no, it doesn't.
Too much faith in the world. Yeah. We're just nice people.
People are good.
No, you wouldn't do this to me. Simba, my man. So Simba. Yeah, so send him the money off and I don't hear from him for 5 days. Like the text, there's no double tick.
You meet him in Tulum?
Yeah, he pops up in the bushes like, what's up?
Alex?
Yeah. And so then I get a WhatsApp image. Finally, 5 days later, I've done this. Now in hindsight, I've done this so it's different.
It's so different to what I thought coming in. I was like, well, this was my architect. We had a team of 6.
No, I was like 20K wired off and I'm in Tulum. So I get a message, picture, it says, Alex has sent you a photo. 5 days later, and the place is a bomb site. Yeah. The place is torn down. He goes, we have started construction already. He's from Eastern Europe. And
did you just let a bomb off?
Yeah, and I was like, whoa, so you just cracked away at it. Like it was literally like rubble. Yeah. And I was like, oh my, well, look, at least he's legit.
What kind of conversations had you done a walkthrough with him right now at this point?
Honestly, like 2.
Oh, fuck me,
and man. I was like, just strip it all down, knock down this wall, put big glass here, knock down that wall as well to put a big glass pane there, and then I was like, the rest is up to you.
Fuck the trust.
Yeah, and do you know what? Actually, so this last year, it was honestly a super stressful year, like as you can imagine, because again, when the building it would get delayed a month, I'd have to like Airbnb monthly for another month, or like I went to Texas for a month. I would just have to be like, all right, not ready
living
for
out of a suitcase, like paying the whole.
It was a
storage place or something here, like how to keep stuff.
I've put stuff in the garage, so that was kind of helpful. But I'm still living out of a suitcase for this whole year. Back to Dublin for like 2 months, and anyways, so it was like a lot of it was done over WhatsApp. And I would literally send it. He goes, do you want this? And I'd screenshot the picture. I'd put like an X through it, like with my finger, like draw it. And I'd be like, get rid of this. And he'd be like, cool, done. So that's like, people are there hiring architects and I'm literally just like crossing things out my fingers.
It's encouraging to like not like in a way to be like, okay, so you don't have to be like fucking like incredible. No, you can be like, I think this looks great. Yeah. And they can like translate that. Because a lot of people right now are like, I'm just going to buy it stock. Because they hear all the horror stories of construction. So like, this is great because you've gotten a good deal. You've gone with like one guy and like he's turned out he's turned it into like
yeah.
material.
Oh no, I got so lucky. Like this has all gone extremely well. Like, and another thing, right? I think the whole like, you know, all the red tape is bullshit. Like all like
just knock it down.
The 3D renders.
Get a ball through
the 3D renders. I'm like, this is just like mental masturbation. This is just like
museums of your house.
People apparently they cost like 15 grand to get like a 3D virtual render. And I'm like, for what?
So I can bring it to Christmas dinner.
So I can, yeah, exactly. It's just so like property developers can be like look professional. But this actually how I made the bathroom in there, the one with the double sink concrete. Screenshot a picture from home inspiration Instagram, like at whatever, and I just sent that, and I go, just make this, and he goes, cool. That was it. It's all made from Instagram.
It's already done.
Yeah, it's already done. We've finished. We've checked your history.
It's already done.
But like it's just all. It was all just done from like WhatsApp and screenshotting pictures and Instagram. It's crazy how simple it was.
Did you feel? I was thinking this yesterday. I was talking to Maren about like if we go through this process, did you feel nervous or worried that like you got everything done? You're like, I'm gonna like forget something, and I'm so invested. When it's done, and you're like, fuck, maybe I should have. You're like, maybe I forget to put like storage up here, and you're like, when it's all done, I'm gonna regret not getting that done. Do you feel that?
Yeah, no. So he was like thinking of stuff that I wouldn't think of,
like storage.
Yeah, exactly. So I was relieved of that. Like if I actually have to design it,
no drawers.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. But one thing. So now that like obviously the furnishing it is up to us, and I'm like, that adds up so much. So like the build was like
on furniture.
Yeah, so the renovation like was 91, then the kitchen has been like 14, like including oven and fridge and everything, and yeah, then the furniture is like we still haven't gotten close. I have a hit list of what I need, and it's well over like I think it's like 20k left. So we're gonna do that over the year. But like, you know,
who needs an oven?
I know, yeah.
Air fryer.
When people say like houses are a money pit, it's true, but I kind of love it. Like I really love, like, so I've been staying in just pretty much every weekend now recently, and like I'm like, instead of going out and like spend €200 on a night out, I'm gonna buy a coffee table. So it's really motivated me for budgeting, and it's actually made me really conscious of my spending in a good way.
Do you we'll get into furniture in a second, but do you go to like I imagine going to the markets now on Saturday, do you walk through and go, oh my god,
yeah,
oh it's perfect?
Yeah. Oh, that's so the bench behind the couch, that's what like
I'm
from
getting it.
Yeah, that's from the market behind the bullring.
Big any of those like woven baskets, you're like, that one, you're like, that'll be perfect.
I love a woven
that'll
basket.
Be the rest of your life, man.
Oh man, seriously, now I get it. Like now I get how engrossed in property people get.
So in terms of inspirations, when you were getting the place like designed in your head, did you go to have you been to anyone's houses that you liked or stores that you liked and you're like, this is the kind of style I want to recreate? Obviously we said like it's very Spanish, like that kind of vibe. Yeah.
So the inspiration is from like Mykonos, Tulum and Ibiza. Like real light spots. Like seriously, like, you know, like kind of like places that I've stayed in, or even like hotels. You take a little bit from each one, the rooms, and so those three places are like real wooden, like woven on white,
real pieces. Yeah,
exactly. Just really like aesthetic to the eye, cool as well, and also like timeless. Yeah. So that they were the three main.
A good way to describe a lot of the furniture in here actually is like stuff you'd invest in long term.
Yeah.
So when you first got the like brief with Alex, what was the biggest job they had to do?
So as you noticed when you walked in, the flooring. The micro cement flooring. So that was actually like the most costly.
That made you feel good. And I was like,
I was like, thank God someone noticed. But you know what? Like even like on Instagram and all, everyone comments about the flooring. They're like, what is that? Like there's no cracks, no seams. You just pour it all down, and they have little spikes on their shoes, and you know that you walk around so it doesn't put holes in it.
It's like microbladed.
That's exactly it. And so you can see like it's the same floor that runs out to the pool and goes all around it. So it's like one big tile. You know what I mean?
You hear people talking about flow a lot.
Yeah, like exactly.
I remember you talking about, you'd be like, you were like, there's this fucking drop. My thing is like, I have to level it out. I'd say Alex is like, do we really have to? I want to level this out. Level it out.
He said it was a pain. So like, again, this would all be like different levels and drains and everything. So, and it was just looked really wonky to the eye. So that was the most expensive thing, and the biggest job that took the longest. The second would be the aluminium windows all over the house.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So like you see these like black frames, because like, you know, the Spanish bars, like real super old school. So that visually, the windows probably made like the biggest difference to the
And
house.
having the fact that they can slide open, so you can have like people flowing in.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're gonna have a huge party. You're obviously invited. Yeah, and yeah, it's gonna be sick. Probably in like May or June.
Get Louis to plan it.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, no, Louis, he's meant to come over this month actually.
You fucking chaps in the cast.
I know. He had
after yourself,
had a rough summer. A good one though.
Yeah, the guy does it. Like, always so funny. I woke up for a flight one day back to Dublin, and I was just flicking through Instagram on my taxi on the way up, and it's Louis like Louis puts up a fresh story like 4 a.m. like in like black coffee.
Oh yeah,
like crutches.
Yeah.
Like, go to bed.
The best ghost athlete.
Literally go to sleep.
A true athlete.
So let's go through. Let's say maybe like 2 of the biggest obstacles you ran into. Did you get any calls? You was like, "Well, I'll be a problem here."
Yeah.
Did you get any like we may need to change the planning here, this isn't going to work, any of those kind of calls?
Yeah, got a good few of them, but I was just kind of like, Jesus, take the wheel. Like, I was like, just do whatever you need to be done. So, but then the 2 biggest obstacles, I guess, well, one was like the planning permission. That was annoying with the fine. That was only recently, really. And then just like, budgeting, really, money solves everything. Money, if you got enough money, if you got millions in the bank, you will not have to worry about renovating. Just wire it over, they'll make it work. So I'm like, I was like, this is my first property, so I was like, oh God, I'm putting so much of my savings into this. This is like very scary, very worrisome. So that's it, really. Just if money will just sort everything out.
Did it go against like when you've saved up like a little nest egg, and then you budget out and you go, oh, it's everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You go, okay, well, I have 300k here, and then I have 800 euro in my current account. So you have that.
Literally, right? And also like with crypto as well, I was like, well, I can't touch that. Yeah. I can't pull from that now.
That'll keep going up.
Yeah, I was like, I can't pull from that when it's at its lowest.
Big
like
Ethereum.
I'm a long-term holder, so I'm like, I'm not going to pull anything like that now.
It's going up.
I'm chilling.
Nothing but up.
I'm chilling, but so I had to get over like the mental barrier of like all your money sitting in your account, and I was like, oh, what am I going to spend it on? Like a fast car that will just be nothing for me. Like I'll get bored of it in like 3 weeks. But then I was like, this place, like I've already got like a property company who are going to help me rent it out, and they're like, in the summer this is like $1,200 a night.
Easy. I was literally saying on the way up, I remember you talking about the Airbnb. This house is,
it's like made for Airbnb.
6 minutes, I'd say, from the port in taxi. So like location-wise, to get a place like this, people would happily go 30 minutes away from the port to have a nice spot and then trek in. So the fact that they can go right to here, you're back in the middle of it within 5 minutes is insane. So on that side of it, you'll do very well.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm actually tempted, right, for like July. I want to like spend May and June here, but maybe like July, August, and maybe July and August. Just take
August is mad here.
August. I went home. I went home for August.
There you go. Enjoy it, lads.
I go like, 1, you'll get the most for your rent, and 2, it's just you can't even get a booking in a restaurant. Like, so you can just charge whatever you want. And just July and August, go back to Dublin, sleep on my mum's couch.
I'm doing that. I go back in there. Mum's like, your bed's ready. How hard am I in bed?
And I'm like,
I'm a man.
Yeah, and I'm like, I went from like big baller villa in Marbella. Now it's like, can I sleep on your couch?
Trying to have a water bottle, Rob.
But like, I might just like swallow my pride for a little bit, rent this place out for July and August.
Swallow your pride and pump your wallet. Like,
exactly, and just live frugally for a little bit and get all the funds back.
Get a sick cleaner.
Yeah.
You're good, like.
Oh, like just scrape the walls, like literally scrape the walls. Yeah.
I'm just going to reset the camera screen.
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right, back for round 2. Apologies about that. Okay, so we just said there some of the issues you ran into. We kind of went through them. When did it first feel like was it when the flooring stuff got done? This is my house. This is starting to look like my dream.
Honestly, there's a nice cat as well. He's the neighbour's cat. He's
hello, Marmalade.
He's just chill. Yeah, he's very nice, isn't he? He's a lovely, very pleasant cat.
Escapes into the Homer.
I know. I'm like, what is the Homer into the hedge? It honestly didn't feel like it was mine until the pool got cleaned and that the glass got put on. So that there was a day or it was a week or whatever. Where pro builder Alex was like, the house is being sealed.
Pro builder Alex.
The house is being sealed, and so I was like, windows, everything, Like, so the house being sealed off, and until then I was like, it's never going to be finished. But then when I saw that, I was like, it would still have like your wires popping out and the lights were yet to be put on. But when it got sealed and the pool got cleaned up, then that was when it felt good. But there was a stage around, so the construction started getting tore down in January, and then around, it was meant to be done in like March, April. Clearly didn't happen. It wasn't that far off.
I've done in 2 months.
No, yeah, honestly. But there was a stage around like March, April where it was like still bomb site mode. And I was like, I've screwed up my life. I was like,
Alex is in Ibiza.
Yeah, Alex was just nowhere to be seen. And then there was actually like a month, I think it was like June, where it just like switched. Like they plastered the walls, they painted them, and then they sealed it. And I was like,
that is what it's like.
That's
it does. And then one day they're like, okay, we're plastering today, and suddenly everything's put aside. And you're like, it looks great.
It was honestly in the space like 2 weeks where it just like did the biggest transformation. Like you can go back on the Villa Lipsett Instagram page and you can kind of see the difference. And then like August was like putting the finishing touches on it. Then we moved in the end of September. Now, it's another one. We moved in, no Wi-Fi. Like,
wait, you wanted Wi-Fi in
there? Yeah. No Wi-Fi, no like TV. I don't even watch TV, but it's just weird having a blank space there. No furniture downstairs. We were sleeping upstairs only because that was the first thing. So we just had like toilet, bed. Shout out Emma Sleep, Ireland, for sending a bed out. Honestly, get them to sort the podcast out. But they don't even know. They don't even realize this. They don't, like, I would literally be sleeping on the floor if it wasn't for them. They saved the day. And then another funny part, so we move in, and I'm not exaggerating, 3 days later I have to fly to Vegas for Ghost.
Nothing worse.
God damn it, Ghost. And so Linda's here on her own, like, with nothing.
In a shell of
a shell, like, curled up in a ball. And she was like, it's like she had to, like, just go get Wi-Fi in a cafe or something, but like I didn't hear it for like 5 days. But it was like such an untimely trip because went from suitcase to suitcase, and oh man, it's crazy.
This is the game.
Yeah. But no, that it felt like home when the building was sealed.
So in terms of, you mentioned the Villa Lipsett page there, did you set that up for like, was it more so to get inspiration and show people the journey, or to also build like the Airbnb profile of it?
Of course. Come on, man. Like, I've been in this game for a long time. I got to maximize and capitalize on
people
everything.
Love that page, man.
Man, that page gets better engagement now than my own page. I'm like,
it's crazy what people make. As your audience grows, they're all buying houses.
Oh man, exactly. Like, I'm like, Linda, we got to pump out a few kids now just to keep current. We got to stay up with the current trends. But no, that was always the plan. One, to document. And obviously, so one thing I'm a big fan of is like YouTube. I think you'll always be fond of documenting things for yourself to look back on. Yeah. I love watching videos of me when I'm 23 trying to make it in the fitness industry, just trying, and I look like a kid.
The raw in town.
And just the poor production. I love it. And like, I would really hate if I didn't have those videos to look back on. And so now I also love, I get like, a memory, like, hey, share this post from 1 year ago, and like this place was like, well, not even a year ago, and from 6 months ago, whatever, and it was just like a bomb site, and it's so satisfying to look back on.
Alex in the pool.
Alex in the pool, just doing laps. Yeah,
I have this image of Alex like as like a 17-year-old. So like, he's obviously grown man.
He's kind of young, but he's a cool dude.
He's 16.
Yeah, he's legit. But so it was the document, and two, I always knew, of course, I'm gonna do an Airbnb business. It's in Marbella,
the rental property of the world.
Honestly, it's like the main place Irish and UK people go to. That, and then also it is great for the collaborations, like for Emma Sleep and stuff, because it's all good sending like furniture to like someone like my page. It's all workouts, but like a lot of people on that page will just want to be interested in like workouts and food recipes.
Whereas an opportunity to branch out a bit.
Exactly. So like, even though there's only like 15k on the Villa Lipsett page and 600k on mine, that 15k is 100% interest in property. Yeah. So it's way more. When I like do actually a link, a furniture on that page, it gets more clicks than like my own page.
It's very interesting when you what's the word, cultivate an audience and like build one, so you can be like, this is what it's all about. It's all about refining yourself and being able to, I suppose it takes someone like yourself to be like, there's a good opportunity here. Like not a lot of people would think that way and be like, there's a good chance to rent this out. I still like to travel. I'm going to travel a lot. Why not utilize this amazing house and profit off it? You know?
Exactly. Yeah. So like there was a time when I was living in London, paying crazy around £3,000 a month. That I was paying. It's ridiculous. I don't know. 2.8 pounds, €3,000 or something. Actually, I actually think it was £3,000. I'm just embarrassed to say that. But crazy rent. And there was a month.
It's London, which means London. There is a perk to like you have London City on your doorstep. Whereas in Dublin, you'll pay the same.
Yeah, you say just pay the same in Dublin for 2 bed. You'll pay the same for that in Dublin. Anyways, I went to like Dubai for a whole month. And I was like, it was like a last minute because lockdown. I was like, need to get out of here. And so I was paying rent in London for an empty apartment. And I was like, that is painful.
That hurts.
That hurts. So I was like, if I ever do like long-term travel, like go to Alpha or America for like 2 months, it'd be a good feeling knowing that like your Airbnb in this place and like it's paying for your trip instead of you paying for nothing. So that's something that I thought of as well.
Imagine like people just like couple holidays, weddings, anywhere where people are looking for property. Like so many options here. You could do little like you have the pool like the back. You could have. I wonder how many would you sleep here?
So there's 3 double beds and then a pull-out couch. Yeah, three double beds and then a nice. We haven't bought it yet, but we're gonna buy a sofa bed.
Linda will buy a sofa bed.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm asleep. You do these sofa beds.
I need it.
Yeah, so that's the plan. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 at least. You know.
This is obviously you wouldn't know the answer totally, but just out of interest, what was the Spanish workers like in terms of like speed, in terms of fish, all that kind of stuff?
So everyone was saying like how bad they would be. Everyone's like, oh, typical Spanish workers. They're great, honestly. And I got like good. I think a good thing as well is to like build up good camaraderie with whoever your
100%.
Builders you were working with. So like I always bring beers on a Friday. Always, all beers every Friday, and like always keep everyone stocked up with water. Learn some Spanish phrases to just be enthusiastic.
Say thank you, all that.
Honestly, and it's like just a good thing to learn as well, to learn the local language and just be nice and palsy and friendly with everyone. So that helps massively, and they were brilliant. They were like super fast. Honestly, there's changes every day.
And in terms of the furniture, you kind of spoke about here a little bit. For me, I think that would be the most difficult thing to be like, this is my table. This is the one. So in a few pieces in the house, maybe talk to me about a few stories of like some of the more signature pieces in here. Yeah. Like the table we spoke about that.
So that's from Rivermill, which is an Irish company. Shout out Rory, who is like, he does just all bespoke pieces completely. There's actually LED lights on the bottom of that. Looks amazing at night.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah, remote. And so that thing, when I say it took 5 people and about an hour to carry it from the gate into there. It took an hour because we would lift it and we would walk for like maybe 5 feet. It was so heavy, and like we'd have to just set it down for 5 minutes and be like, catch our breath. And so that thing cannot move. That cannot move. Like if I ever sell the house, that thing's staying there. You're getting the coffee table.
It'll burn down before.
Yeah, honestly, it's crazy. But if anyone wants a bespoke bit of furniture like that, obviously shipping will be even easier to anywhere in Ireland. It's based up in Monaghan. Just shoot Rory a DM, or he's got a website as well.
Is it like
it's like solid
at the bottom? That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's just like so tough.
Yeah.
And then so the rest of the furniture, this is tables from Zoko, which is based here in Marbella, and they are like, I think it's actually made in Bali. And so and then they like put it together here. So all the like couches and everything are from Zoko as well, because there's a nice little code user Rob Lipsett if you want 10% off.
And did you see? It's very interesting. So like randomly the bespoke piece from Monaghan. Where did you see a piece on Instagram or like that?
Yeah, so Rory hit me up. Oh. Yeah, he's following the Villa page.
Rory.
Yeah, man like Rory. And so I actually need to get some more professional photos so that he can use. Need to get them over. But
that must be so does he make them like one at a time?
Like, pretty sure. Up in Monaghan. But honestly, check out his page. He does some insane stuff.
That's fair play. Fair play to you, Rory.
Yeah.
Good for you.
No, it's class. And then all the rest of from Zoko, the fireplace Planika, which is a Polish company, but then they have offices out here in Marbella. So yeah, no, it's all come together nicely.
Did you find people coming to you a lot, being like, "Hey, I do this, I do"? Because like,
Yeah.
you're like, "Hey, I do window fittings." You're like, "Get in here."
I know,
Yeah, yeah.
seriously. Like even like a pool company are helped me with the pool, and like when you do, I actually found like usually I think hashtags are kind of lame, but I feel they worked when they're specific. Like I was
older people love hashtags.
Yeah, they love.
Where can I get hashtag window cleans?
They love hashtag. When I started doing like hashtag Nueva Andalucia and hashtag Marbella, more local companies started contacting me. So maybe there's something to it.
Because for them, they're like marketing wise, they're waiting for someone with a following to be buy a house so you can do it. So
yeah,
like,
seriously.
For people who think that like. For a company, it's if they're like, look, we just need someone to buy houses, we can show what we can do and they can advertise it. So the fact that you were like able to jump at that's so handy, and it gives you a great place to start in terms of like making connections.
Yeah, exactly. And like there's not many people vlogging their journey in Marbella building a villa. Like I would, if there is, I would follow them. I would love that. I can't find any. So yeah, it's not many.
Do you have, this is an interesting thing I kind of thought about, in terms of like a long-term home when you do this, are you like, this is the place for now, it's a great place to be able to jot, and then who knows what it'll be in 5 years if it wants to play somewhere else? Is that where you're at right now?
That's pretty much it. But like, I honestly love it. Like I've stayed in so many villas and, I beat the Mallorca or whatever, and I'm like, I love this, like even the location and everything. Like I would happily live here forever, happily take this as a forever home. But like if someone comes along and when the market is like, I think the market's going to crash soon. It has to. In Ireland maybe not so much, because this is such an international market that like the prices are a lot steadier compared to like some of the bigger.
Not a huge amount of people looking to buy in Balbriggan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but anyways, maybe in like 5, 6, 7 years, if I get like a really good offer for it, sure.
You mentioned you were in Texas there for a while. You've always talked about the States as a place you love to be. Would you live in the States? Is there a hope there?
There was actually like a stage where like I got approved for an O1 visa, and this is like is like just before pandemic, like honestly months before. Then that Donald Trump announced that it was visas were all closed. There was no traveling. Remember, you couldn't travel. So you could. There was not a plane going from like Europe to America. Like there was
top G private.
Yeah, you got. Oh man, I should have got the private. Damn,
your water.
Yeah, I should have got the sparkling water and private jet. But yeah, so that completely put a stop to that. And then I actually realized like, if I ever want to go to America, you should go for 3 months. And that's my hit. So I don't think like I would need to do a full year there. Like Europe in the summer, there's no better place in the world. Like it's the peak spot.
You're the king of the bounce back to Dublin for 4 days. You're the king of the bounce back.
Man, Joe, I go back more than people realize. Like sometimes I'll go back for 48 hours and I won't even post a story. Like because I'm just like literally just in a taxi.
I'll see you like out by the Liffey. Be like, home. When the fuck did you go home?
Honestly,
yesterday.
Honestly, man. I'm back again on the 10th, but I go back and forth so much. It's like I don't even check in luggage. Like I just hop on.
It's the beauty of here, really, isn't it?
Man.
Like you can have the stark difference in lifestyle for a 2.5 hour.
Yeah, 2.5 hours, and you get an hour back. Like my flight was, I've actually booked flights this morning. It was €23. Yeah, it's so, and that's one thing that makes me really not homesick. And really not like, Jesus, where am I? Like some people are like, oh, what's it like living in a country where they don't speak your language? I'm like, first of all,
I'm not in Qatar.
Honestly,
it's fucking Spain. You were here last year.
Honestly, like it's like 2 hours away. Virtually everyone speaks English. Shock. I know
it's like London.
Yeah, like there's fucking Nobu down the road, like literally.
I can't meet a Spanish person.
No, yeah, me too. I'm literally doing podcasts with an Irish guy in my living room. But so yeah, it's just really like you can just bounce back home whenever. So it doesn't seem like too big a deal.
And so these, I mentioned that we got a few questions from the audience. But
the marmalade cat in the garden. That's the audience.
She had one of the big ones was about you building like a property portfolio and looking to have like are you looking to invest in other properties, not even to live in, just to have like as a form of income? Is that something you think about?
So like one thing I've actually thought of, right? Like let's say I rent this place out for summer, I get a load of cash together, obviously keep doing fitness, which is my main thing, and so I get a nice big pile of cash again, and I buy a property in Dublin. Okay, make a page for it.
A bigger pile.
Yeah, I know, big pile. Anyway, so do that up, make it really make it really nice, and then so I'll do like let's say, right, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, is this how people retire? Like, this is the Rob Lipsett retirement idea. I'm like, surely this is how it works. Okay, here it is, right? All you need is 2 properties, okay? You get one in wherever you live, Dublin. And then you get one in wherever you also like to live, Marbella. You do 6 months in Marbella, and then while you're not there, you rent out the other one for 6 months. And then you do 6 months in the other one, you just swap, and then so you're just always getting paid. So I'm like, is that how property developers do it?
I think people look at property like, but it's your home. You can't have other people staying in your house. So that's the mind. Like my mom would be like, no, it's using it's my shower.
Yeah.
So if you can get past that and just look at it as like, look, people, the way the world works now is like people don't go to hotels, they go to Airbnb. So if you can be forward thinking enough to be like, this is a great little, like, I don't think people understand. People look at Airbnb as like one of the biggest like side hustles they say now, but like earners for people now. If you can get a system together and you can have like a good staff to do the work for you, you can make tons of cash.
Yeah, there's companies out here that just manage it.
Yeah, 100%.
They obviously take a fee, but it's well worth it. And like, so yeah, you just go in between the 2 of them, and that's it. You're done. You're retired.
I think.
Then you add another property.
Smart way to do it, and then obviously down the line, like, actually, you know what? I want to live in Marbella long term. No more rentals.
Yeah.
And it's mine again.
Yeah, and do you know what? Right. So I think a big one with that is have a kind of a minimalist. Like, I don't have actually much belongings. Like, you know, and doing this really made me clear out everything. Like the amount of stuff I just gave to the charity shop. Crazy, and it feels so good.
A lot of lads and joggers.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of lads rocking some LF stringers. But like, I cleared out so much stuff, and it feels so good to just not have, just be looking around and not have so much belongings. Like, we all have so much more stuff than we need. So like, let's say I rent this place out, I could move all my stuff into the garage, lock it up in a day. You know, I don't have that much belongings anymore.
They have kind of the last 2 questions. Did you do you feel you were living out of your suitcase that you said for like last year?
Yeah,
I just did that. I went back to my mum's for like two over the last like month. I've been back for about 3 weeks. I can't get into a workflow there when I'm working out of like sitting on like dining room chair at the kitchen table. For some reason I can't get into it. I get back into my house, even though I might be exhausted. I wake up the next day and it's my space. I feel a million times more productive. Do you feel that way when you come in here now?
You literally just summed up my year. And so like I was like very hard on myself this year and very stressed because I'm like, I'm not doing enough. And I'm like, this is a time when I'm meant to be working double as hard because I just made the biggest payment of my life. So I was like, I'm meant to be working twice as hard, and I'm working fucking not well at all. So it was a real mind fuck. But look, we got it done, and now like the relief I have when I got a little desk and an office space. But yeah, that's how you're sitting in your family dining room table.
Nook,
in Nook, yeah. When you're sitting on your family dining room table, you just can't concentrate. You can't like think of video ideas, or you can't like, it's even, you hop on a Zoom call with a client, and there's like plates, like doilies.
Rob, bring your plate in.
Mom, you're not, Mom. The meatloaf. But yeah, no, that has just been definitely, you know, first world problems. That's been the worst. That's just been annoying.
Your problems.
Yeah, exactly. It's been an annoying part of the year, but look, we're over it now. Sometimes you gotta go back, sleep on the couch.
Appreciate it fucking 10 times as much.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so final question. You can probably guess what it was. Is about 95% of the questions were like how much you put into the house so far. If you wanna, talk about it if you want. But just, I think even on the cost of the renovations that I was saying to you there, like that's more than half of what I thought you were going to spend.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't believe that, like the value you got on that. So like it's people I think who live in Dublin particularly listen to this are going to be like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I still haven't revealed the purchasing price off the villa. I'm gonna wait to do that on my own channel.
That's all good.
It was under 1 million though. Under 1 million.
So that's especially in this kind of spot. I obviously when you walk up and down the spot, like there's crazy properties.
Actually, do you know how you find out how much it is, right? Go on to idealistic.com, go filter.
So we got our spot.
Click filter, go detached villa, click swimming pool, and click a minimum 3 bed, and click minimum 3 bathrooms. And you sort lowest.
You'll be there.
Yeah, and sort lowest to highest, and you
won't have a location this good. I guarantee it. There isn't a place that's up for sale that will be this close. I never see.
But that's how you'll get pretty much the exact price. If we'll see it, because it was one of the best deals for that. So that's how you get the price. So there's a little treasure hunt for people. And then the renovation was 91,000 for the the construction.
Fucking astounding.
Which was, shout out again, Pro Builder. I do not own this company. Alex is me. Yeah. I am Alex.
I pull
yeah. No, he's just. Unfortunately, I do not get a cut, but he's just a mate of mine, and there's been about 5 people who follow me on YouTube who've now started working with Alex, and they said he's great. So probuilder.es if you've got a place in Marbella, which a shockingly amount of Irish people do that I've now realised since making the Villa page. So they had 91,000 and then 14,000 for the kitchen, and then so far the furniture's up at about 12,000.
Man, I'm not going to tell you the exact number because my dad would kill me. My dad got his his kitchen redone to make it into like a back room, make it like spaced out. You would be horrified.
Yeah.
That's anything I was hoping to get from Dad when he goes under is
it's gone.
It's gone into pieces of marble.
So Linda's mother just got those like tiny bathrooms that are in your house, like they're like off the living room or something. It's the bathroom is way smaller than this table, like the floor space. It's way smaller. So she got that done, and it was something like I think 14,000 for like just the bathroom. Crazy.
I'm going to tell you after this, you're going to be fucking horrible. I can't do it on camera. My dad would kill me, but like it is. When you say 90k, it's incredible, and the workmanship, as you said, like the speed it got done, everything looks fucking seriously good. So like I think, considering how much faith you put into the Spanish system to get done, I think you should be very proud of yourself.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Thank you. And look, I want more people to like come out to Marbella, and everyone works remotely now. More people to come out here, build up the Irish community. Huge Irish community already, but I always love meeting more Irish people in the gym.
We found out that there's an Irish couple I was on my balcony and I see this couple walk out like on the balcony. See him in the gym all the time. 2 Irish people. Irish goes, what the fuck are the chances of doing? Hey, there, man. Just walks out.
Oh man, you can spot the head clean off an Irish person from 100 meters away.
Take that Kilkenny jersey off. Like,
man, just the gas shorts or something. No, you can spot its shape. It's the shape of the head.
O'Neill's never got so much advertising, man.
Yeah.
Right. Well, look, Rob, thank you so much for having me in. I really appreciate it, and thank you for sharing your experience. And congratulations. This is beautiful.
Appreciate it. First podcast in Villa Lipsett done.
Cheers, folks. Remember, it's on the hips. Love, on the hips.
Done, man.